and we know that it doesn't go well. Really does not end well, people. All right, let's do it then. Right, Coach Helen for YouFit Studio. Now, I called it easy swaps for success because actually these are quite simple steps where you can fundamentally take the same thing you're eating, make a small tweak to it, and eat less calories, and still get the sensation or the feeling, if you like, of eating the same food, without making drastic changes. So actually, this kind of runs along the lines of a lot of questions that I always get, which I've talked about a little bit before over the last couple of weeks, which is, Helen, what can I eat to lose weight? What do I need to take out to lose weight? I need to lose weight. What do I need to stop eating? What's the best foods to lose weight? Or I think it all goes along the same lines, really. It's all in that same kind of vein of questions. And actually, what's really interesting is that somebody can make one small change to their overall week in terms of what they're choosing and make a massive deficit in their calories and lose weight without having to overhaul their entire diet. It's just that sometimes these little things, these tiny things, like I've always said, always add up. Like everything in life, when it comes to health and fitness, it is the little things that get someone along. Whether it's, I talk about, it's little habits, whether it's little steps, whether it's small adjustments, whether it's the small things that we don't take into account when we're eating that helps us put on the weight. It's also the small things you can change that does the opposite. It's just small and many, right? And these are little things that sometimes go under the radar because they do. Now, don't get me wrong, I have not, and I'm going to be honest, written down all the calories for this stuff because actually the calories aren't important, really. That's a lie. They are important. However, actually what I want to get the idea of in this live today is actually, or this episode, how we want to call it, is that you can take a lot of things that you have in your existing diet and just change them out for something else in a whole meal. As I said earlier, still have the same composition of the same meal, still appreciate it, and actually still be consuming less calories. So still fundamentally lose weight. With easy swaps. Now, I have kind of done these in sort of categories. Well, they're not sort of categories, they are categories. Because I've covered carbs plenty of times. I think 3 times now in about 7 months. It's been 7 months. April, May, June, July, August, September, October. Yeah, about 6.5 months. I've probably covered carbs more times than I've had carbs, probably today. Yeah, it's about right. About 3 or 4 times I've covered carbs. I've covered carbs quite a few times because they're always high on the topic when it comes to people wanting to make choices or thinking that's where the biggest decision lays in losing weight. So yes, I have covered carbs in here with some ways to exchange, not remove carbs. And if you want to get more into that, you can in a separate episode. However, I have done some swap outs of carbs, I've done meats, fish, carbs, and I've done drinks because they're the most common ones. I even had one today where I was actually on a call with someone earlier. She's like, oh my God, I just realised. I was like, yeah, exchange that one out. All right. And so I even added that to the list. I was like, God, I didn't even think of that one. Yeah, that needs to go on. So I'm going to start with, Kate will be happy to know this, with the meats, Kate, with the meats, where everyone loves, well, most people, some of us, me, ex-meat eater, predominantly May, Kate's like this, yes, meat, right, okay, let's just call it protein for in giggles, right? Okay, so a lot of people will select their meals around 2 elements when they're building a plate, and they are split between the protein source people and the carb source people. And by that I mean you may have someone, let's just take Kate, I'm just guessing Kate here, who may start the meal with like, I'd like to have a steak on Friday night, and then around that we'll build the rest of the meal. And likewise, there might be another client, say me, who might say, I just want mashed potato. Kate's having steak on Friday. Might just want mashed potato and then decide what I'm going to have around the mashed potato, which may sound bizarre. That is how, in my experience, nobody's ever built a meal around green beans or okra. I'm going to be honest. It's either a carb or a protein. It's never anything else. No one said, I definitely want some coconut oil this weekend, so I'm going to build my meal around that. It's either going to be protein or carb. So going with the proteins first, I have gone meats. Apologies to the vegetarians and vegans. There is some stuff in here, being vegan myself. There is some stuff in it, but I'm going to start with meats because that's where I was hoping Kate might be here for this one. So meats, okay. So we start with, and this might sound like sucking eggs, and let the calories content of this stuff can really add up, right? So if you're taking everything on a spectrum again, if you're taking your 20% ground minced beef, you can take that all the way down the percentages and take the calorie content out of essentially the same food, right? You're already adding oil to cook the mince, so you're not really detracting from the flavour. Actually, what you're doing is you're detracting from calories by bringing down the percentage of meat. So essentially, you're not changing the composition of the meal, as it's still a lasagna, right? But you're taking it down to 2% fat on the beef, and therefore helping you lose weight. Then, if you want to take it the next step, you want to exchange it for an actual swap, you would take predominantly the beef, right, and turn it into turkey. So turkey mince is a lighter option that, trust me, once in some tomato sauce, tin of tomatoes, bit of herbs, everything else, it is hard pushed really if you flavour that stuff up to necessarily get a huge difference in the flavour. Certainly if you put a stock pot in with it, it's still beefy, right? But actually from a calorie content, turkey mince has less calories even than beef mince. So you can take any recipe has something like that and actually take down the calories by changing element of how it's put in the meal, right? Then next step, and again, for clients, I know this is gonna be like, I'm sure I've heard this before. Sometimes I like to recap though, because I assume our clients remember this, and some of them don't, especially when I see chicken wings on a photo for a food diary. So meat that's on the bone, right? Fattest content of meat also means the most amount of calories. So if you're wanting to lose this weight or body fat, right, you want to be taking the same principle, so the same meat. So you can take any, like chicken, it's always the easiest one, so just said chicken wings. So taking the chicken wing, the closest meat to the bone, so the highest fat content, highest calories, you can take that to chicken leg, chicken quarter, chicken thighs, chicken quarter, and then chicken breast. That would be the range where you would take down the percentage of the calories in that meat and create a calorie deficit for you, right? So straightforward, same meat, different cut, same flavour. Theoretically, again, you'd be adding fat to cook the meat anyway, so you're not losing out anything there. All you're doing is losing calories on it, right? So you can, again, lose weight, right? Oh, I did say it as well, sausages. Okay, I felt like you would be for this one. So sausages, chicken sausages, always a great substitute and less calories. Meaning you can even, if you look at particular brands, have more sausages than beef or pork if they are full fat. And not only that, you can also find now, I'm not going to mention the supermarkets because all the supermarkets have a variation of this now. The skinny pork sausage or the skinny beef sausage does actually exist. And I don't mean size, it's not like a pen size. You can now find options where you can swap out the full fat sausages for skinny versions, so lesser calories, so you can have the taste sensation of a pork sausage with less calories, or go into chicken sausages and have even less. Like they run at 95 calories, I think, a sausage, as opposed to it could be double that for some pork ones. So I've seen some real high calories on those. So you can literally, again, have sausage, less calories, right? Still win. Let's get on to, let's get on to the fish. It's been a long day. Fish. Shark fish. Right. For those listening, I just did a lot of fish movements for no apparent reason. Fish. Now, there's not much you can do in terms of exchanging salt for flavour in terms of salmon, although salmon is a very popular fish to cook with. It is calorie high and rich in oils. Good oils, there's nothing good or bad. However, if someone wants to have any other cooking oil or, I don't know, butter on the potatoes or anything else, taking a fatty fish and exchanging for a non-fatty or white fish will ultimately, again, bring down the calories while still having a fish element or protein in the meal that is fish based. Likewise, this one's real simple and yet really gets some overlooked on this one. I missed one, but I'll come back to it. Salmon, I've done salmon. Tuna, right, tins in oil, right, straight swap out for water, right? Easy calorie win. Same thing, less calories, lose weight, right? Fundamentally easy. Salmon, I kept saying salmon, Kate. That's my salmon impression. I forgot one though, Kate. This one is, I feel like I was doing your whole meal, or one of your breakfast way away, Kate. Easy one, just taking back a step. Bacon for bacon medallions. Either cut them out yourself or buy them in medallions. Again, less calories, lose weight. Easy swap, right? Let's get to the carbs. People. Promise you carbs. I'm giving you carbs, right? Now, some of these, again, you may have seen, some of these you may have not seen. I'm going to go with the white rice, because white rice is that's what it is, isn't it, really? I don't particularly mind how you cook it. However, exchanging out white rice for cauliflower rice or any kind of vegetable rice is immediately cutting some of the calories out for you. So you're still having some, like, especially in the bulk amount you're having it, there is some carbs in that, right? However, the calories are a lot less. It's a lot less heavy, and tends to, again, help people create a calorie deficit. Oh yeah. Because we're keeping with all the good carbs now. I'm just going straight into sweet carbs. So if you haven't seen my chocolate live, there's been several now. More than is probably okay. However, around about 3 weeks ago, I was juggling about 15 chocolate bars on camera. Unsuccessfully, can I say. However, in terms of easy swaps, I'm going to recap a couple of them because they were easy. It was literally, I had, how many did I have now? I literally had 7 chocolate bars. I had 14, but 7 together, if you had a chocolate bar a day, came up at, I think, 3,500 calories. And the other 7 I had came out at 900, I think it was, right? So what I was explaining on that live is that you can make an easy swap where the chocolate is essentially the same. So I did have a dairy milk bar as opposed to a Freddo. I know I don't mean a massive bar, like 1 strip dairy milk was 300 calories and a Freddo was 97 calories, right? But fundamentally, if you want a taste of something without going extreme, you can still exchange the same item for something else and make an easy swap and create a calorie deficit, right? Again, these ones again might be obvious, but not for everybody. The ice cream swap. Now, I agree that maybe 18 months ago, the ice cream low-calorie swaps were kind of like, well, you knew it was happening. Like, you could taste the lesser calories, and it was somehow disheartening. Like, they were okay, I would say. They were okay. Now they've kind of stepped up a gear. I think as the market's expanded and there's more competition for actual ice creams that taste like they do have full calories and full sugar and full everything else in them, that actually they're getting better at their game. There is, I can't remember the brand now, but there's a vegan one that is literally, in a taste test, banging, you'd have no idea, right? Except, again, to recap, I should do a live on that. Oh, yeah. You sit and watch me eat ice cream. Yeah, I could do that. However, again, you take a Ben & Jerry's at 1,002 something change, I think, depending on the flavour. You can take a low-calorie option at 350 for the whole tub, right? Which is not excessive. Let's see, Sham, that would be maybe 1 sourdough toast with seeds with half an avocado and a couple of bits of halloumi. Even if you took the halloumi off, it would probably be about the same amount of calories for the whole tub of the ice cream. Not that I'm suggesting you do that instead of having breakfast summer. I'm just saying it's quite interesting how you can make an easy swap and still lose calories. Talking of which, actually, this was the one that came up with my client earlier on today. So if you are someone as a staple that has seeded bread, trying to swap that bad boy out. One slice of seeded bread that we discovered today with this client, because she had actually scanned it. She was like this. Ah! Yeah, Shamila. Scary. Yeah, why do you think I asked what you were doing on Saturday? One seeded, the brand she had was a popular brand. Won't give that away. Came in at 280 calories for one slice of bread. Yeah. She had a little bit of a meltdown when she realised when she turned the packet over. I mean, she'd already ate it. Turned the packet over, went, ooh, yeah, ouch. So we're looking to make exchanges that are very simple and very quickly get rid of calories, get rid of the seeded bread. Like, it doesn't matter if it's sourdough. So I've had the arguments with client, not an argument, a discussion, we'll say, that it was healthier because it was sourdough, which, I mean, it was better on her digestion in particular. However, from a calorie content, it was a lot higher. And so an easy swap out, if it's something you have quite regularly, is get the seeded bread out of your diet. Easy cut of calories. You can take 100 calories out of a slice of bread straight off the bat before you even put anything on it, Sham. Like, you know, avocado and halloumi. So, still talking bread. Pizza. Now, pizza, everyone's going to say, but pizza's what it is, Helen. I think I got live on pizza. Again, I'll probably just sit and eat pizza in front of you now. Oh, right. However, again, there's some exchanges you can make that immediately cut out calories. And again, this might seem simple and quite straightforward in sucking eggs. However, again, you're amazed how actually a reminder is really great, is to always think thin crust if you're in a position where you want to lose weight. Some clients will make their own. So they'll use I might do that live. They're going to use a wrap and then use tomato puree and then just add in their own ingredients, and they'll know exactly how many calories on it because they've measured it all out and they made it themselves. If they're not going to do that, then choosing a thin base when they're going out to eat is automatically going to cut the calories. Most restaurants, if you want to make a quick and easy swap for success, going back to the title, looking at skinny pizzas, they come in at 600 calories for a whole pizza, as opposed to you could be getting into 200-300 calories for a slice of, if you're going for the, I don't know, I won't use a name, a takeaway delivery service with deep pan with cheese, oh god, don't even know, with cheese in the crust, probably more than that, probably not more than 300 a slice, right? So you could have an entire thin based pizza, skinny pizza, 600 calories, and be full by the time you even think about the others. So carbs done. Drinks. Who wants a drink? Not you, Kate, you're dry now. I keep picking on you, Kate. Well, I picked on Sham as well, to be fair. Drinks. Coffee. Coffee's a tricky one. Oh, I could do a live on coffee. I think I've done one on drinks specifically before. So you can always look at that one for more in-depth looking at calories on that. However, pick on me. The simple things like the latte and cappuccino as opposed to Americano can really add up, and it is a relatively easy swap. If that is too challenging though, because people like the flavour, there's always the option to say skinny. So go for semi-skim or skim milk, or go non-cow's milk, not oat. Can I just say, because did I do a live on milk yet? I have got a milk live coming up as well. Ooh. I'm not going to milk anything live, but I will have milk on camera. Yeah, we'll come to that when we come to it. However, concerning, if you want to move away from calories, then swap out cow's milk into non-dairy milk, preferably not oat. But they go down in range in terms of calories, and most coffee places now will give you an option to go non-cow's milk. Ultimately, once it's steamed and frothed up and everything, give it a go, because actually that is an easier swap than sometimes going away from the cappuccino latte altogether. It's like a stepping stone in between if you don't want to go to extreme of just having Americano, which is butt kiss in terms of calories, right? It's still an easier swap. Now, I mean, some of the clear ones are going from Coke to Coke, Diet Coke to Diet Coke to Coke Zero, and you can get ones without caffeine and everything now. So some of those is quite straightforward. I did a live on alcohol as well. Check that one. I'm plugging the other lives. Check out the alcohol lives. But again, there's always straightforward exchanges you can make in terms of going for a slimline or going for even soda water. You can make exchanges with beers, even really, if you want to look at going from pints to bottles. Same flavours, same taste, less calories. If you're a guy, right, there are ways to exchange a very small thing for big success. So actually, I'm not saying that everybody has all this stuff. I've gone for some of this stuff because actually, if I'm looking at collectively a group of people's food diaries, then this is the kind of things that actually does, or is something regular that comes up. So all of these elements, actually, if I'm to look at a picture sometimes, say somebody's having, I don't know, tuna salad with some rice or something like that as a carb. Sometimes I said it at the beginning before we started, but devil's in the details. Now I could look at that photo and see tuna, right? Not knowing if it's in oil or in water. I could see rice, maybe not sure if it's what kind of rice it is. Is it microwave, boiled? Is it cauliflower rice? I could be looking at lots of, if someone sends me ice cream, which they do, right, from the outset, I can't see by looking at it if it's reduced calorie or full calorie. I can't see when I get a top down of a pizza, right, in all fairness, I'm getting top down pizza. I'm not seeing the base of it, I'm not seeing the crust, mainly because it's usually by the time I get it. I ate it. However, what the point I'm making is that these are changes that you can make, right? These are exchanges you can make where you are regularly making these decisions where you are still eating the same thing, like the tuna, like the bacon, taking the bacon medallion, like having chicken off the bone, like even if you were, if you're having a steak, great, fill it all the way. It's more expensive, guess what? It's less fatty. So you can still make those decisions by making very small swaps that still create a deficit almost in everything you select, and still have the thing. Still have the ice cream, swap it for something else. I could go all day on crisps, right? You can make exchanges on crisps all day. When clients say, well, I'm not allowed crisps, I'm like, of course you are, just here's some options, find a range, right? Small swaps, big success. Take this kind of way of looking at your nutrition or your food and do this on a regular enough basis. Job's a good one. For some clients, to be fair, all you need to do is change out 2 or 3 of these things on a daily basis. We've got 2, right? And they're already creating a deficit. Certainly if they're doing the chocolate bars, consider that. When I went the calorie difference over somebody having a chocolate bar a day and going down to, I used the analogy of a Kit Kat, because I said I think a 2-finger Kit Kat came in at something really silly for a whole week. It was a lot less than the 3,000. It was just insane. So there's little wins there all the time if you know where you're looking. And if you don't, that's what I'm here for. How about this? Ta-da! Change that. Right. Ooh. Tomorrow. Will a little more harm you? Ooh, question mark. That's tomorrow live. Oh, now will I be here tomorrow? Might be at somebody else's house tomorrow. Who knows? I'm just transiting around people's houses. In the meantime, join me tomorrow at 5 for Will a Little More Harm You? Maybe not. In the meantime, have a fantastic evening and catch you tomorrow.